We're here with Steve Kulls, and we're in an undisclosed location.
In the Adirondack State Park.
And he's taking us out to kind of see if we can find Bigfoot. How long have you been coming here, Steve?
Since 2000, so it's been a while, 24 years.
Wow.
I was brought here originally by a couple that went off trail. And the gentleman, very reputable guy, came up here all his life, encountered every type of wildlife that was up here. He goes off trail and something started screaming at him and his wife. They got to a certain point, they got to a waterway. They decided to get out of there, and as they're going out there, something is following them. And they can see it out of the corner of their eye. It's moving tree to tree, dark, tall, making these screams. And, you know, he described it as they could feel it in his chest. So that, to me, told me it was a territorial thing.
Okay.
So that put me out here. Nezra, they've had some experiences. I've had some vocalizations over the years at that point. And then finally in 2011, I had my first sighting in here. It was a little more towards the road a little bit. And there's a telephone pole up there, maybe about 100, 125 feet. I had to go to my car to get batteries. I had a team in there, and we had been hearing things all night long, things moving in. We'd move out, they would proceed. I went to get batteries. We were on our break. Fire was going. Everybody was kind of chuckling a little bit. And I came out to get batteries for my headlamp, and I had a flashlight, and I shined it downhill behind me is the north side, nothing. I flung it around to the south side, which is uphill here, and there were these two eyes reflecting back at me, eye off the ground, standing next to the telephone pole, on, you know, probably a very dark orange, almost a red, not quite a red, but it was very dark orange, and I could see it blinking at me. And then I stood there, I basically froze. I had the flashlight up like this, and I froze. And I watched it, and it was watching me back. And I just shook the light a little bit and turned, and it went back into the wood line. And as that's going on, the radio chirps and says, "Hey, Steve, we got a lot of movement going to the southwest side of the camp," which that's the southwest side. Okay. Yeah, I know. We get ops team out here now. So that was my first sighting here. And they actually went and looked, and we kind of figured out the height of it. And the two guys that I sent up there, him and the cameraman that was there actually found dirt where it stepped in, and the dirt was still falling in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was really fresh. Last year we got a really good vocal out of here. That was it for the night. We've had rocks thrown at us here before. So it's really a great area. So tonight's goal is basically to evoke some kind of experience for people. Obviously, everybody here has been invited by me personally. And see, we got news. Yeah, go for Steve.
Evan's gonna do 3 knocks in 3.
Roger that. 3 knocks in 3. And that's how we do things. So we have all kinds of technologies we are trying to employ tonight just to capture something or get some kind of recording. There's some trail cams placed as well that will be picked up at the end of the mission. So there's all these little things in place. We got thermals, obviously I got my thermal, we've got night vision, we've got IR cameras running, some people have. We have a parabolic dish out there. It's always good to have some multiple layers of technology in place. We have some night vision equipment, so we can see at night, but we're almost getting to the point where we're seeing as good as they are. So there's a lot of different ways to try to provoke an experience or get something to come out and say hello to us. The springtime and like the summertime, you hear something like a rock or something fall, it's very clear and distinct. Here you gotta kind of really be on your toes about things.
Right.
But what you're looking for is that shuffle or that pattern of football, or you're getting something psh, psh, psh. Not necessarily something falling. When we employ technology, our whole goal is to, at our normal lessons, we employ technology in the hopes to kind of get their curiosity piqued and have them come in. And hopefully we can catch some of their activity. You got to let them think they're in control. When you're out in the field, you got to let them think they're in control. That's why you put the technology out, you let them come to you. Come on, what's for you guys? Me again. You know me. Come on in, say hello.
My shoes.
I woke Chewy.
If that's shoes there, then who the hell's over there?
Come on, fellas.
Your body's in a different spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
A lot of pressure. No, it's not this.
If you'd like to use that knock and give a few knocks on the tree.
Jesus, what happened to him? It's like a 4-year-old running over that. I know.
While Steve and his crew were hopeful, we found no evidence of Bigfoot that night. After the investigation, Steve brought us back to his car to show us something.
You haven't seen this.
No.
That is the one I cast up here.
That is very nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that is the cast that's found up on the ridge over here.
Yeah, that's very similar, Steve.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
it's the same. I think it's the same boogie.
He's the same guy. Right on. Very nice.
Every case is a new case, and you have to treat it from the ground up. You know, no matter what you believe, you leave your biases at the door.
Sure.
Okay, it could be Bigfoot, may not be Bigfoot. At least I'm smart enough to know there is such a thing as Bigfoot, right? And I'm not. That's why I'm not a debunker, and that's not what I do. I'm a investigator, not an investigator. And what I do is I get to the truth of things. I've been to 46 states, you know, in search of this. My background was forensic interviewing and behavior and neurolinguistics and all that fun stuff. So there's so much to this mystery to get into. I've been doing this now, what, 98, it's 24, 26 years I've been doing this. And we should embrace each other and help each other. And even the woo folks, you know, and some people have asked me for help that believe in woo stuff, and that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinions, you're just not entitled to your own facts.
Sure.
You know, facts are facts. When I have, you know, people that constantly say they have habituations and they have all these interactions, but yet they never give us a good vocalization. They never give us a track.
Yeah.
You know, when people see tree structures everywhere, but never come up with one print, well, how did you know a Sasquatch or Bigfoot made that? We have to adhere to some principles and some process. And, you know, when people start seeing tree structures and automatically assuming it's Bigfoot, when there's tons more common explanations of that, you know, well, have there been any sightings in the area? Well, no. Have you found any tracks? Well, no. So what makes you think this is Bigfoot? That's just showing your bias, your confirmation bias, that you want to believe Bigfoot so bad that every little thing you can't explain, you attribute to Bigfoot.
When we went to Portland, we met with Loren Coleman. He has a problem with kind of that belief religion side, if you will.
Absolutely.
And as an investigator, and you're looking for science, you got to take that right out of the equation.
Right.
What would you say to somebody who was going to get into the squatching?
Don't. No. Don't. You got to be very careful who you trust. Have I made mistakes in the past trusting a company? Sure. It's part of that learning. even though you're out here and seeing all these friends, right? We're not part of any official group, right? I have a team that I use on missions, and I call them in when we need the team. Right? The whole idea is that you keep your unit small, and if you're out there to enjoy it, enjoy it. Grab a friend, grab a buddy, go out, enjoy it. Learn. Tag along with people you trust. Tag along with people that are respected. Don't tag along with the people that are seeing Bigfoot every day, every time they go out, because that just doesn't happen.